Birds of the same feather flock together, congested on a majestic street corner. That's a short time goal for most of them.
Picking up on the Bitcoin chart, here we can see the 1 hour chart, and we are having this whale signal right before we have this move up. This was down at around 50k, 51k you can see there, and it worked out perfectly, moved up. Yeah, we had these whale signals to the downside, but as I said about the STM, you can see it's to the upside all the way up until the all-time high, or there or thereabouts. And you can see what's happened, quite a big sell-off overnight, dipping into that STM area, and now re-attacking. So looking at the 15-minute chart, I mean, I'm not going to scroll back through all of these, we'll just go over what we can see, but the whale signal right at the bottom, once again, dipped in and away. STM signal to the upside, as you can see, so the whale signals are just acting as some minor resistance, as you can see, broke up, and we get these whale signals to the upside here after this retracement, and we've broken the STM signal to the upside here, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an attack on the all-time high here. So let's just spend a couple of minutes going over some of these altcoins, because we've started to move now. Optimism moved up to the $4.5 level, nice, all the way down from around the $4 level, so that's a nice move there. We have Arbitrum moving up. Okay, looks like a bit of a head and shoulders here. You've got two shoulders and a head. Could call it a cup and handle or whatever, but yeah, nice. So up and Arbitrum are the layer 2s for Ethereum. That's why I'm keeping an eye on those. So we've got Powell, that moved up to 0.55, and we've had a bit of a retracement here, and yeah, that's still looking good. Monero trade still running nicely. Not really looking to sell this out. We'll keep hold of this for a while, and everything's rocking and rolling nicely there. But I think the main one we'll talk about today is Link. So these beautiful whale signals down here, you know, we've got a nice range here. So you know, I'm not going to apply any analysis and things like that today. But moving back to the previous E9 update video, if we look at the Link BTC chart, okay, this is what we was monitoring the last time. If we move up to the daily chart, let me just remove these drawings. So what we've had, this is a great looking thing here, and I am looking to maybe make some large moves here, like I mean large. So we know the Chainlink is one of my favorite coins, probably secondary to Bitcoin. You know, we have basically come back into this area now, and we touched it here, moved away, but we have come back down into it, and that is simply because of the Bitcoin strength. That's nothing to do with Chainlink, that's simply down to the Bitcoin strength. And when we see the strength shift into the altcoins, which is like the stage 3, so we've got the stage 1 where the capital flows into Bitcoin, stage 2 moves into Ethereum, stage 3 into layer 2s, altcoins, etc., and then stage 4 is likely the joke, which is into the meme coins or maybe into stable coins, and it repeats. So, you know, Chainlink is looking good, and I mean, here's just some information about Chainlink, because this is really important to understand. Like, people don't know what Chainlink is, and obviously I've done a lot of research, and you know, this is going to open the doors. People think it's the ETF, but it's about what Chainlink can do and the services it's going to offer, which will basically join the interbank blockchains. So each bank will have their own blockchain, and then they will all connect through Chainlink, and the gas token used for that is going to be Chainlink, and that's all already operational.
Last question is really about emerging technologies, such as APIs and distributed ledger technology. How is that making an impact on cross-border payments?
Well, absolutely. Swift GPI was invented, it started by the premise of improving the experience. With GPI, we built in APIs deliberately from the outset. APIs are a great technology that allow corporates to unlock value for having visibility on the payment flow. And now with the migration to ISO 20022, that will provide even more structure and possibilities for automation. So they can integrate it in their ERP. We're also using APIs to further integrate the GPI experience into DLT, distributed ledger-based ecosystems. We have developed a multi-bank standard that will provide even more structure and possibilities for automation.
We are a global, open and trusted ecosystem. You can do many of these things in a closed-loop solution, but it won't be ubiquitous, it won't have the reach.
The payment ecosystem should be a totally open ecosystem.
A truly modern payment system is the one that is open and enables the flow of payment to everyone and everywhere.
Over the last 2.5 years, we've been developing our GPI initiatives. The next step for us is to start linking the two together. But also interconnecting real-time payment platforms that we do not operate. And it is precisely the scope of a proof of concept.
This is not about Swift doing everything itself. The whole idea is really to enable players to build value propositions on top. Business models that were not possible a couple of years ago are now possible. When you think of APIs, when you think of cloud, when you think of machine learning, big players are starting to get very interested in payments.
You have 180 currencies in the world. That's roughly 30,000 possible combinations of bridging that has to be done. But that has to be where we go. That is the nature of the challenge that we are trying to deal with.
What we want to do with the Industry Challenge is bring together the diverse parties, our customers, internal Swift teams, and the startups. If one of those groups is missing, this thing doesn't work. I'd like to welcome you up to our family table. We've got the 3 startups that we're going to be working with as part of our Industry Challenge here, seated around the table. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to ask them to stand up and introduce themselves. So first of all, Sergey, would you like to stand up and introduce yourself, please?
My name is Sergey Nazarov. I'm the CEO of smartcontract.com.
In the future, we'll integrate with Chainlink. The bank will do off-chain payments through Swift. Then this payment information will pass from the Swift API to the Chainlink Oracle and the Chainlink Swift Oracle.
Anything you'd like to share as your key takeaway?
Yes, I was kind of surprised at the appetite which senior folks had for actually implementing the technology in the near term. So when I started the challenge, I was thinking that the degree of appetite didn't exist, and by the end of the challenge, I had a very genuine feeling that this was priority on a senior level agenda that was going to go to production in the near term, which I was very impressed by.
2019 looks very, great for GPI. That's going to be the norm.
We want every payment on Swift to be a GPI payment by the end of 2020, worth more than $300 billion US. Worth more than $300 billion US. These numbers are truly amazing.
This concludes the Bankers Masterclass series in association with Swift on a new era.
So simply, double bottom here. Double bottom is one of the favourites. We've got the 4-hour Overwatch trend switched to the upside. Quite low on the MFI, not on the Overwatch. The Overwatch is okay. But you can see on this 12-hour, we've got a green signal, daily green signal. Is looking good. So this is the weekly chart, and as you can see, these whale signals at the bottom here. Whale signals, and these moves are quite hefty. When we measure these moves, you're looking at 80% move each time. Nice strategy here, and we're gonna play it out, and we'll update it in a few weeks and see what's happened. So as well, Sol BTC, I think it's important to look at Sol as well. We've got this Solana phone with the apps and things like that, so good looking out. So quite simply, we've got this high here, we broke up to new highs, we've got a kind of flag, wedge, whatever you want to call it, moving down, tapped it, nice strong move away up to the STM level and then coming down. We could have a Fibonacci entry right there. But yeah, looking good. And again, this move down is because of the BTC strength. So the smaller the move down on these BTC pairs shows the strength of the actual altcoin. So you can see this move down is very small. Yeah, we should have a nice attack. So when we look at the USD pair, this is plain and simple. Let's move this trade out of the way. But look at that, nice entry into the zone up. Okay, traders coming in here for a double top. Spiked. Look at these wicks to the downside, signaling the flip. So we still have to go and steal the liquidity from the top side of these wicks, which this one actually already has. But like I said in the last videos, just simply taking this as spiking up, okay, breaking up, testing the other side, getting ready for the launch. Very nice pattern to pay attention to. Subtle. So yeah, man, logging off, and we will catch up another time.
This bullshit ocean of death, and these rags, the richest words will break bone, like the assassination of two birds with one stone. That's why I don't associate with bird brains with their beaks in the air, pelicans with wide jaws that name. From fish heads you'll get tossed in the flames, and some archaeologists will find your skeletal frame.